That's what we need. You would love that. I gotta go.
Premier Ford responding for the first time today to a story City News and 680 News has been following this week about court documents that show how Ford wanted a van kitted out with, among other things, an electronically reclining couch, TV and Blu-ray player at a cost of more than $50,000 just for the retrofit.
Can the Premier explain how equipping a van with a mini fridge, a 32-inch television with a Blu-ray player, and a leather power reclining sofa is a cost-cutting measure for the taxpayers of Ontario?
Premier.
Well, through you, Mr. Speaker, I know it's important to the opposition to talk about a van, but let me tell you something about that, Mr. Speaker. I requested a used van that is 1/3 the cost of the regular Suburban. I'm the only premier in history that refuses to use the Premier's plane, the King Air, that costs the taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's come to light that Ford met with a man named Angelo Durso, as seen in this Facebook post dated November 5th. Durso is one of the owners of a van retrofit company called A1 Mobility. The post by Mr. Durso reads, quote, "Got to meet a truly amazing man today, our Premier Doug Ford. Thank you for visiting our facility and for giving us this amazing opportunity." It was just 2 weeks after this meeting that Ford's executive assistant sent a cost request from his personal email address to A1 Mobility to see how much Ford's van would be. Do you think it was appropriate for the Premier to go and meet with the head of this van retrofit company in November?
I mean, the Premier had a certain vehicle that he was hoping that he was going to be able to get so that he could ride across the province in comfort, something that was actually going to save the people of Ontario a great deal of money instead of flying across Ontario.
Why do you think the Premier is out there meeting with him?
Well, that raises even more questions. I mean, definitely public expenditures and procurement should not be sole sourced, and they shouldn't be handpicked, friends of the Premier.
If it was going to save money, then why was the van canceled? If it was all above board, I don't understand why it was canceled.
Well, I guess he obviously didn't like what it was going to cost, or he decided not to do it now.
Rational. Is that not a reasonable response to say, listen, I'm not going to use the plane, which costs a lot of money. I'm going to use a van instead?
He's going to drive from Toronto to Thunder Bay in the van. Well, I'd like to see that. That's not practical to do that. We actually question what he needs this van for. We've never seen this before. It's not something that's a normal expenditure on behalf of the Premier, and it's one that he tried to hide.
The NDP hint they may look at calling an investigation into this matter.
We'll see what the next steps are, but it's incumbent upon the Premier to be upfront with taxpayers. He hasn't done that. This is aside from the fact that he's campaigned on being the champion of taxpayers and ending the gravy train. This is the guy that's the conductor of the gravy train.
At a never dull Queen's Park, Richard Southern, City News.